Hey guys, Thunderhound 369 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generation 1 Technobot Leader Scattershot. Now, basically I'm going to try to run the gauntlet here and do a review of all the Technobots so I can get all those done, get led up to Computron. I hope you guys will enjoy this little series of videos. I kind of hope nobody gets burnt out or sick of it, or at least sick of the sound of my voice anyway. So anyway, I'm not going to go into full bios on these guys. I just kind of went in and jotted a few things down, like their mottos and things like that. Now, Scattershot's motto is, Decepticons are like rust spots. They're ugly and can pop up anywhere. Now, pretty decent bio. Added his personality, he's kind of a brawling berserker. He's a little rude, a little gruff and direct. In his vehicle and battle station mode, he's got a battle station mode. I'll be covering that just a little bit. He has a electro pulse cannon and an array of sonic, thermal, and artillery shell guns. And in his robot mode, he wields a 500 round acid pellet gun. Now, as far as their introduction back in the old Marvel Comics days, they pretty much just show up in the old Headmaster series under the leadership of Fortress Maximus. Wind up leaving Cybertron, going to Nebulos, where Fort Max and that group winds up becoming Headmasters. Then they wind up coming to Earth to try to help out Optimus Prime and that group. But they wind up most of those guys wind up being destroyed by Starscream during the Underbase saga. Now, in the animated series, these guys were created by Grimlock. That's right, the Technobots were created by Grimlock. Because Grimlock somehow got into a little accident and was overdosed with positive electrons, or was it negative electrons? I can't really remember. But anyway, he winds up going up onto Unicron's head and creating the Technobots out of spare parts, out of junk laying around on Unicron's head. So basically these guys are made from Unicron, I guess? I don't know. So anyway, that's how they turn up in the cartoon series, was built by Grimlock. So anyway, here we have Scattershot in his jet mode, Cybertronian jet mode. Got a nice little coloring to it. It's just molded plastic. You got the molded white, which is started to yellow over time, or that may be the actual color. I believe this is the actual color, but I'm not for sure. It's a little off-white. Got some brown and red going on. Now, also has his little rub sign right just here. It will show that he is an Autobot. Now, some versions of the Technobots do have the rub signs, and some versions of the Technobots don't have the rub signs. And to be honest with you, the ones that don't even have the rub signs don't even have the indentation as to where the rub sign would be. So, be on the lookout for those as to whichever one you would want, the rub sign or rub signless ones. He's got the nice little landing gear just under here. Nice little blue painted window on his cockpit. Like I said, we'll go ahead and get him into his little battle station mode, but I also want to say that he does come with the 2 feet of Computron, as well as the 2 fists. The Computron chest plate. Two shoulder cannons for Scattershot. Very nice, just molded brown plastic. As well as his acid pellet rifle. And it is a doozy of a weapon. That's pretty much one of the best looking ones you'll see. A lot of good molded detail, just molded brown plastic. Got the little scope, stock for his acid pellet rifle. I'll go ahead and put him in his battle station mode here real quick. Give you guys a look at that. Whoop, opened that too soon because this has to go over this. Take the Computron chest plate, just kind of spring loaded, but over the years it kind of weakened up, as you can see on mine. Weakened up a little bit. We can get it in full frame here. There it is. There's his battle station mode, and we've got the double entendre going on here. Yep. Which also leads into something else when you go to transform him into his robot mode. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with that. Go ahead and get into his robot mode. And like I said, this always leads into the one thing for this guy. He's got a very, very nice package, as we can see. That always happens, no matter who you are. That always happens. You can always get that mode out of this guy. So anyway, we'll go ahead and put that back down. Put that to the side. Bring out his arms. Swing him back. Pop up his head. And there we have. Whoa! He's out of frame. There we have Scattershot in his robot mode. You can equip him with these nice little shoulder cannons. Which when I do display him in single mode, in his individual robot mode, I do put those shoulder cannons on there. I think it does make him look a lot better. So there you have him in his robot mode, all weaponed up, armed up to the teeth. Here he is, still got the off-white, red, you know, still pretty much still got the same color scheme, got a little bit more detail. Take a look at his head sculpt if you can get in there on that. Got the nice blue paint scheme on his faceplate. Now the only thing is, you know, you've got the off-white head and then you've got the blue faceplate. Now if they're going to paint the entire face blue, what I wish they'd had done is at least painted the face to a certain point blue, and then the goggles visor painted them orange or something, or at least painted the goggles orange, and yeah, something like that. Just overall different, but just that blue straight up looks decent. And one thing about this guy is he's got some pretty decent articulation. I mean, his head doesn't move. His arms will go full 360 at the shoulder. You can say he does have an elbow to go in and out, actually a double jointed elbow or a wrist. You go in and out. Now if you want to, it kind of hinders it eliminates the articulation, but if you wanted to, you can kind of tilt this backpack back, give him a little bit of a waist joint at least. But you know, with this backpack, it kind of hinders that idea. Now, as far as his leg joints, they will go back do come out to here, as well as bends at the knee, but as you can see, you totally split and separate the knee altogether with this guy. So, you know, he does have a knee joint, but if you take it too far, you know, so you can get a nice little bend out of that. You know, and then you got, you know, you could consider this as kibble, but it doesn't look all that bad. You know, to be honest with you, it doesn't really look that bad at all. So anyway, guys, do I recommend picking, you know, going on eBay and trying to find these guys? Oh yeah, I highly recommend it, because when it comes to the combiners, my all-time favorite combiner, you know, I know a lot of people say, oh, Devastator is the #1 combiner, Devastator, or Predaking, or, you know, somebody like that. My all-time favorite combiner team has always been the Terracons. I don't know why, but after they were introduced, I like them. I think they're good characters. Second only to Abominus is, to me, Computron. The Technobots and the Terracons have always been my top two favorite combiner teams. So, do I recommend picking up Scattershot? Yep, I recommend picking him up, especially if you're trying to build Computron. You can't do it without him. So, and they are part of that Scramble City combination thing where everything gets swapped around. So anyway, I'll go over that a little bit more in detail when I get to Computron himself. So anyway, I do recommend picking up Scattershot. You won't be disappointed. I'm Thunderhound 369. This has been my look at Transformers Generation 1 Technobot Scattershot. This is one video down, 5 more to go. Until next time, guys, I'm out of here. See y'all.